Assalamualaikum, this is Sadali Sayed, Network and vSphere Administrator and Virtual Instructor of Cisco and VMware Technologies at NanoTechX and founder of WordNet Plus Virtual. This is new session of NanoTechX Networking Bootcamp of 15 days. This is session number 6. So let's continue from where we left in the session number 5. Let me share the screen. And now let's start. Welcome all participants. We have studied up to this diagram and today we will start from this one. So now look at this and kindly mute your mic because there is a disturbance from your side, so kindly mute your mic. So this is laptop and this is wired switch. Look at this, this is wired switch and this is end device. Laptop 02 is the name of this end device. There is wired NIC available in laptop and obviously wired NIC have interface or port. Then through port of this laptop and through port of this switch, you can connect these two devices, which is intermediate device and this one is end device, by cable. So this kind of connectivity is known as wired connectivity. So yes, cable, yes, we can use wire or cable, and this is intermediate device. Okay, if we come to this solution, which is wireless connectivity, then this is what, this is laptop one, the name of end device, and this is wireless NIC, which is small antenna and in ear through radio waves. No cable is used, no wire is used. In wireless connectivity, ear is used, and through radio waves, small antenna produce radio waves, and through radio waves, laptop can communicate with another device through access point. AP. AP stands for access point, which is also known as wireless switch, and it is also an intermediate device. Look at this, the nature of waves. The nature of waves. What is a wave? For beginners, that what is a wave? This is a question. That what is a wave? So what should be answered? A wave is a repeating disturbance or movement that transfer energy through matter or space. Like this is the diagram of waves, as you can see here. Now let's move forward. This is what wired NIC. Why? Because it's have port or we say interface. So through port we connect devices with each other by cable or wire. Obviously, in port you plug in what cable through R45 connector. So obviously through port we connect devices with each other by wire. So this kind of connectivity is known as what? Wired connectivity. That's it. Now let's come to wireless connectivity. For wireless connectivity, we need wireless NIC in our devices to be connected through wireless technology. So this is wireless NIC. It has two small antennas which produce radio waves in air. Look at this. These are antennas. Antenna do what? Antenna produces radio waves. And through these waves, one device can be connected to another device through wireless connectivity. Means no wire is used. Just through radio waves and air communication is possible in wireless connectivity. So this is enough. Let's move forward. For example, this is PC, personal computer. Okay, I think the screen is shared. Yeah, and my mic is also unmuted. Now look at this. And remember that, for example, this is PC. So I've already told you that this is an end device, not an intermediate device, because it does what? It sends the traffic or receives the traffic. It doesn't forward the traffic like intermediate device. So that's why it is known as end device. Okay. So here is wired NIC like this one, which is your port or interface on the outer side of PC. And on this NIC there is MAC address or physical address like in this form available on the NIC, and NIC is available in form of hardware and hardware device like PC or laptop in physical machine. Now you all knows that we have covered up to cloud computing solution yesterday, and today we will start from scratch. Let me open the paint software. Okay, let me close this. Kindly mute your mic. Okay, now it's okay. So let's move forward. So we have covered up to lecture 12 and we have studied about hardware and software. Now we'll start from lecture 13. But let me allow the member first. Lecture 13. Kindly mute your mic. So lecture 13 started now. Real life examples of hardware. Like I have described yesterday, hardware it is tangible, means it can be touchable, and it do what software says. So let me give you the real life examples of hardware. So these are RAM, ROM, CPU, motherboard, NIC, mouse, keyboard, monitor, NVRAM, universal serial bus, USB, and many more as well. So let's describe these all real life examples of hardware in detail. Then we will move forward in lecture 13. So let's first of all know about RAM. Our first topic is RAM. So as you can see, this is RAM. RAM stands for random access memory. This is about RAM, okay? RAM stands for what? Random access memory. If your computer is on, then it will work and run processes, but if your computer is off, it will not work. Means, for example, your computer is shut down. So RAM is hardware, obviously, but remember that in cloud computing and in virtualization, RAM is not hardware, RAM is software, which is known as VRAM or virtual RAM. But in on-premises solution, like yesterday I explained about network interface cards. So the same situation is like RAM, that the network interface card is available in form of hardware. And I've already told you now recently the NIC is what? NIC is hardware, example of hardware. So NIC is example of hardware in on-premises solution, but example of software in what? In virtualization and in what? In cloud computing solution. So like in next situation, so all these hardwares are known as software in form of virtualization and cloud computing solution. All these hardware are what? Not hardware. These are software. When there is solution of virtualization or cloud computing, these are not hardware. Then these are software. Like yesterday we explained about NIC. So all are same, but the difference is that this is NIC, this is motherboard, this is CPU. But the situation is same. In cloud computing, again I'm repeating, and in virtualization, these all are software. But in on-premises, these are examples of hardware. So let me show you where is our lectures. I think here it is. Look at this. This is on-premises solution. So network interface card is available in hardware. So it is hardware, obviously. So RAM is also hardware in on-premises solution. But in virtualization, like NIC is what? NVM, it is a VNIC, virtual NIC, or software NIC. So same is the situation for RAM. The RAM and the virtual machines are not RAM. Like not RAM is hardware. RAM is hardware in this part, but in VM part, RAM is not hardware. RAM is known as virtual RAM or software RAM or VRAM. So in the cloud computing solution again, like yesterday we have explained that NIC is hardware in this device, hardware in this device. But in 4 VMs, NIC is software or VNIC or virtual NIC or software NIC. So same situation for what? For RAM. RAM is hardware here, RAM is hardware here, but RAM is software in these VMs, which is known as VRAM, virtual RAM or software RAM. I think it should be clear to all of you. So if your computer is on, then RAM will work. And if your computer is off, then your RAM will not work. Let me make you clear about this point that when RAM will work and when RAM will not work. So RAM will work and RAM will not work. In which situation? The question is this. So the answer is RAM will work when machine is turned on. But RAM will not work when machine is turned off. Now it is not as simple as you understand. Remember, what I have described now in this diagram is not as simple as you are understanding. It's simple, like generally we says, this RAM will work if machine is turned on, RAM will not work, machine is turned off. So this is generally as simple as you understand, but not simple. Let me tell you why. RAM will work when machine is turned on. It doesn't mean that your hardware, like your laptop. It means an on-premises your laptop, but in virtualization or in cloud computing, your virtual machine, not your laptop. So understand this point. And another point is RAM will not work when machine is turned off. It doesn't mean that your laptop is off, then RAM will not work. It means that in on-premises solution, if your laptop is off, then RAM will not work. It's okay in on-premises solution. But when we come to virtualization and cloud computing technologies, then RAM will not work when the virtual machine is off, not the laptop is off. So remember this point, okay? Let me save this for you and we'll share after the session. I think if I will not explain it in more depth, then you will not understand. So let me explain it in more depth, okay? It will be better for all of you. For example, in on-premises solution, okay? Let me try it and then I will explain, okay? For example, this is hardware and this is RAM in form of hardware in this hardware, okay? And there is an operating system installed on this hardware which operate this hardware and take resources from hardware and gives to applications. And there are some applications or utilities or what we say packages. Let me load the member. So now look at this. In on-premises solution, you buy hardware from market, and there are many hardware devices in this one hardware, like RAM, CPU, etc. For example, we are talking about RAM now. So for example, there is hardware known as RAM, and there is operating system, and there are applications or utilities or packages installed over the operating system. So in on-premises solution, this RAM is known as what? Known as what? This RAM is known as what? This RAM is known as what? Again, I am repeating. This RAM is known as what? Is hardware device. So the question is that we have already explained now that when RAM will work and when RAM will not work. So in on-premises solution, RAM will work when this hardware is in the running form. Let me write it. RAM will work when this hardware is on. And when RAM will not work, RAM will not work when this hardware is off. So this is the solution on premises in which I described about RAM in depth. Now let's go to the virtualization solution and discuss about RAM in virtualization solution. Let me save it first. And let me create a diagram for all of you, then I will explain, okay? So give me time. For example, this is hardware. Means physical hardware, physical machine, PM, physical machine. And this is what? RAM, random access memory. And this is in virtualization we use what? Type 1 hypervisor or type 2. So this is type 1 hypervisor. What does hypervisor do? On the top of hypervisor we can create what? Virtual machines. Which machines? Virtual machines. And this would be VRAM. And there will be operating system installed on the virtual machine, and there will be some applications as well over the what? Operating system. Let me copy this virtual machine and create some new virtual machines as well. And let me allow member as well. So now look at this. For example, there are three virtual machines. So now let me describe the RAM situation here. We will talk about this RAM and this RAM. If I describe this RAM, so it means that I'm describing these three RAM because these three are same VRAM, but this is one RAM. And kindly mute your mic because there is too much noise in the background. So now let's talk about RAM. So if someone asks you what is RAM here, so RAM is what? RAM is hardware here because it is in hardware device in PM physical machine. But in virtual machine, it is not hardware. It is what? RAM is something else known as software. So this is also software, this is also software, but this is hardware. Now let's talk about the RAM working criteria, that when RAM will work and when RAM will not work. So if this hardware is on, so this RAM will work. If this hardware is off, then this RAM will not work. If this virtual machine is on, then this VRAM will work. Virtual RAM or software RAM will work. But if this virtual machine is off, then this virtual RAM will not work. Even if this hardware is on, then it will not work because it is off. So this VRAM will not work. Even this hardware is on. This RAM will work, but this RAM will not work. So this is the situation in virtualization. Now let's talk about cloud computing solution. And you know that this virtualization solution is known as what? Private cloud. But cloud computing is known as what? Generally public cloud. And virtualization solution also means the server virtualization. Like this is server hardware and we virtualize, we create virtual machines. Okay, so let's start about talking about what after virtualization solution or private cloud. Let's talk about public cloud or cloud computing solution. About RAM. So solution name is, give me a minute please. Let me draw diagram. Then I will make you clear. Okay. For example, this is the world globe. Okay, and there are 200 plus countries in all over the world, and I have taken for the example lab, I have taken two countries. For example, one country name is India, and another country name is England. Okay, for example, another country name is England, and in India there is, for example, no data center. For example, in India there is no data center, no servers, etc. But in England there are data center, for example, of Azure, the second top cloud computing service provider, which is made by Microsoft Azure. For example, there are many data centers in England. There are many servers in those data centers of Microsoft Azure, and they provides cloud services to the clients of India. So, for example, here, so here the solution would be private to the England data center of Azure. But when they give services to the Indian clients, so for Indian clients, this would be what? Public cloud, not private cloud. Private for them, but public for them. So this is known as cloud computing or public cloud. Okay. So for example, there is this hardware, server hardware, and there is hypervisor, and there will be few virtual machines as well. Just give me a minute to draw it, and then I will make you clear about this. Just give me a minute, then I will explain it because I have to draw it for you. For example, this is server hardware in the data center, and all the server hardware would be the same situation. But let me explain one, then you will be clear on all. There is server hardware, there is physical RAM, obviously, and there is hypervisor. On the top of hypervisor, we get virtual machines, install operating system, which install applications on that virtual machine. And this is virtual machine, so obviously the RAM would be virtual RAM, software RAM. So let me draw the situation of India as well. For example, this is client hardware, and here is some Linux operating system or window client operating system known as Windows 10 or Windows 11, Windows 8.1, etc. So there will be operating system as well, and there will be some applications. For example, there is one application known as Mozilla Firefox, which is basically a browser, and through IP address of this virtual machine, for example, of this virtual machine, you take access of this virtual machine, okay, and this RAM would be RAM. So now look at this. For example, this client hardware have less RAM and it want more RAM. So what it will do, it will take resources from this server hardware, which is in Azure data center in England. So on this server hardware, there would be hypervisor. On hypervisor, there will be virtual machines. And obviously, through IP of that virtual machine, you can access in that web browser. For example, Mozilla Firefox. Okay, Mozilla Firefox. This spelling is wrong, right? Yes, no, it's okay. Through Mozilla Firefox or another browser, you can enter IP of that virtual machine and you can access. But the problem is that this RAM is known as in cloud computing, this RAM is known as what? Let me tell you. This RAM and this RAM and this RAM and this RAM. So this RAM is known as what? RAM is hardware. This RAM is hardware in both the server hardware and in client hardware. In both these are what? Hardware. These RAM are basically hardware. But this VRAM and this VRAM in the virtual machines are not hardware. These RAM are what? The RAM is what? Software. Okay. So these are softwares. Let me allow the member. Kindly come on time because it's too much late that you are joining and we already going to finish the session. So let's move forward. So in cloud computing, these VRAM are known as virtual RAM or this RAM is software, but these RAM in client hardware and in server hardware, these are basically not software. These are what? Hardware. So this is the situation in cloud computing about random access memory or RAM. And you know that when you access the virtual machine through the IP address of the virtual machine in your favorite web browser like Mozilla Firefox, etc., or Google Chrome, so you know what? When you access the virtual machine and you work in virtual machine, so this RAM is not used. This RAM is used, which is in virtual machine. When you use virtual machine, then this RAM is used, not this RAM. Remember this point. This RAM is just used for accessing web browser, just on this purpose. When you work in virtual machine, that this RAM is used, virtual RAM, software RAM, not this hardware RAM. Just this hardware RAM is used for accessing the web browser, opening the web browser. Okay, and remember that if this client hardware is on, then the RAM will work. If this client hardware is off, then RAM will not work. If this server hardware is on, then this RAM will work. If this server hardware is off, this RAM will not work. If this virtual machine is on, this virtual RAM will work. If this virtual machine is off, this virtual RAM will not work. If this virtual machine is on, this virtual RAM will work. If this virtual machine is off, this virtual RAM will not work, obviously. But the problem is, for example, this client hardware is on and you access this virtual machine. So obviously, if it is on, then this VM will work. If this VM is off, you cannot access, then this virtual VM will not work. Same is the situation, for example, this client hardware is off. So this RAM will not work and you cannot open your web browser and access that virtual machine and use the virtual RAM because your hardware is off. If we talk about this, if this hardware is on, then RAM will work. If this RAM will work, then these two RAM will also work. But if this hardware is off, then this RAM will not work, and this RAM will also not work. And if this RAM will not work and this hardware is off, then virtual machine would be also off. And if these virtual machine are off and this hardware is off, this RAM will work, and you access in your web browser through IP this virtual machine. And this VM is off, then this VRAM will not work. So these are the situations of random access memory in what in cloud computing or in public cloud solution. So let me write here. This is the solution of what cloud computing, or we can say simply in general terms public cloud. You can also say that this is the situation of what Azure or GCP or IBM Cloud or Oracle Cloud Infrastructure or Amazon Web Services. So all have the same situation, same concept. So let me save this, and we are going to end the session now, and we will continue by talking about RAM, and we will learn about RAM in more depth in the next session. And we will continue from lecture 13. If you have any question, you can ask in chat box. I will come to chat box to answer your question. Hurry up, ask the question. And in the meanwhile time, I'm going to give you the assignment as well. Assignment 6. And also submit the assignment as well on the time before the next session startup. Submit the assignment. Okay. So you can ask question, then we will end the session. And in meanwhile, I am giving you assignment 6. So kindly ask the question fastly because we are going to end the session. Okay. I'm available here to answer all the questions, so you can ask. I will appreciate. So in theoretical segment, first question is, so this is assignment 6. Let me save this assignment. And now we are going to end the session, okay? So kindly ask the question fastly. I will share this assignment in Google Meet and in WhatsApp as well. Okay. Hey Musa, would it be possible to have a CCNA bootcamp after this is finished for perhaps the same amount of time? Actually, CCNA is 2 to 3 months course, like a 30 hours course. But if you want to learn in 15 days or 1 month, then it is possible. Then you will work double time. Like for example, you want to complete CCNA in 3 months and you take classes per week, 2 classes. Then if you want to finish in 15 days, then you will take each day. You will take class each day per week. But if you want to finish in 1 month, then you should take minimum 4 days per week classes. And this is basically bootcamp. Bootcamp is for free. And CCNA's course. This is the bootcamp about network essential for the basics networking for the men who don't know about networking. This is like that kind of stuff, not the kind of particularly to perform routing, switching layers, etc. And this bootcamp. This is the basic bootcamp. CCNA is something else, advanced from this network essential bootcamp. So after this bootcamp, you will be able to start the CCNA training. So I would suggest that kindly enroll in CCNA after this training because network essential is the first step to enter a networking field, and the second step is to do CCNA, which is all about practical labs, etc., routing, switching, etc. So yes, we can talk about it after the session. You can connect with me. And another thing is that obviously CCNA is a big course of Cisco, so we should prepare or we should prepare the lectures for you, all of the materials. You should prepare the lab for you, all the things to manage. So that's why it is not the boot camp that we will arrange for free. Obviously, there is a course training of maximum $250 in the Pakistan and all over the institutes. $250 training. So that's why that cannot be free. Possible, not possible, I think. And if you have any question, you can ask, and we will quit the session. Actually, I'm going to share the workload of today's session, like lectures, rough notes, etc. But the recording would be shared by the admin. You can connect with him and ask when you will share the recording. Because I don't know about the management kind of stuff, I'm just the trainer in this boot camp, so that's why. And there's a message from Marlon Anthony. Okay, thanks. Yes, you can connect with me after the session. Okay. So thank you so much, all. I think you haven't any question. You are clear. So let's end the session, and we will meet on 19 December 2022 on 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. on Monday, a new week. So this week is ended, and this is the last day, Sunday, and 18 December 2022 of this week. And tell Allah Hafiz. Meet you in next session, and take care. Allah Hafiz. Goodbye.